Hi, this is Alan Aldridge with Kane County Emergency Services. I put together this little YouTube video to help people know how to sign up for Everbridge on Kane County's website. Everbridge is a new mass call notification system that Kane County has purchased. It allows us to call large numbers of people in the event of an emergency, a road closure, power outage, whatever the situation may be. We can notify everybody in the county that's signed up, or we can just choose a small group of people or a neighborhood or whatever to let them know about something that's going to affect them. So we're going to show you how to do that today really quick. The best way to do it is to go to the Kane County website, which is kane.utah.gov. You'll scroll to the bottom of the first page and you'll see this thing that says Everbridge, little logo that says Everbridge. Click on that and it will take you to the upload portal. When you get there, you can read through the instructional material there if you want to. If not, right at the top there's a spot where you can click on sign up, or you can go to the bottom and click on this where it says create new account. This will bring you to the first page that you have to work with. So you're going to type in a username. Okay, you're going to type in your first name, last name, well, if I get it in the right box anyway, let's try this. Okay, then you want to choose a password. On your password, you have to use at least one number and one letter to make it work. And it has to be a minimum of 8 characters long. Okay, I want to put in an email address. Okay, choose one of the questions that you can drop down this box. There's other questions. Choose one of those questions and put in an answer. It's just a verification thing. Okay, click on this box that says you accept the terms and click on sign up. If it takes you to the next step, then you did everything correctly. Okay, so now we're into the portal where we can start entering our information. It already puts in your name because you entered that in the last step, and so unless you want to add a middle name, middle initial, or a junior, senior, whatever, you're done with this first step, which is called My Profile. Just click on Save and Continue. It next takes you to a section called Subscriptions. There's 5 areas here on the right hand side. You need to check on each one of these and open them up and take a look at them. This system has the ability, if you'll mark these boxes, like I was telling you earlier, we can call you about power outages, we can call you about events that may be going on in your neighborhood that you might want to know about, whether it be fire department stuff, law enforcement stuff, about public meetings, things like that. We can let you know about those if you'll check these boxes. If you check the top box, it will just check all those saying that yes, you want to have alerts on those different kinds of events. Open the next one, which is the volunteer section. Please check any of these boxes that may pertain to you. If you've been through the CERT program, mark that. If you have been or are a current EMT, mark that box. If you have heavy equipment, or if you know how to operate heavy equipment, mark that box. What this does is this allows us that if we get into an emergency, I could go into this system and I could tell it to go in and call everybody who marked the box that they know how to work heavy equipment. And I could send out a message and say, hey, I've got an emergency. I need heavy equipment operators. If you know how to operate something, please come help me. And that helps me out in my job. Okay? If you have any special personal needs, please mark any of those boxes there that may pertain to you. Again, so we can call you if an event's coming that may affect you because you have one of those special needs. If you own a business and any of those things there pertain to you, again, please mark, you may have a fuel facility, you may be a school or have child care, you may have adult care, whatever it may be. Check the boxes that apply to you in your business. And then the last section is please mark down there if you speak a foreign language. Where this is valuable to me is if that day when we get that tour bus out east of Kanab that tips over and we've got, say, 40 people on the bus and they only speak Spanish or they only speak French, and I need people to help translate at the hospital, I could go into the system and tell it to call everybody who marked the box that they speak French, and I could put out a message saying, hey, I need help at the hospital, I need translators. And if I get 2 or 3 people that show up, that helps us out a great deal. So please mark anything that applies to you there. Then click Save and Continue, and it'll take you to the next section. This is a really important section, and a lot of people either skip it or don't do it correctly. This is where you're now going to list any locations within Kane County that you want notifications about. You'll of course always list your home. If you're on Cedar Mountain and don't have an actual cabin or something on your property, you could just put Cedar Mountain property. You could list it however you want to. That's just your designation, so you know what you've put down. Okay, so I'm going to put home. Okay, United States. I want to put in my address. Okay, put in the state. Zip. Okay, when I've gone that far, I want to click on this drop-down box here, and let's see if it thought it found my address. Apparently, it doesn't like what I've put in, because usually it'll list my address right here. So let me go back up and check. I've got my address correct. City is correct. State, zip. Okay, there it is now. I want to click on that. It adds GPS coordinates to my address. And now I always want to go up here and click on this where it says Find Location on a Map. Okay, right there I can see this is a map of Kanab. That's approximately where my home is. But let's say I don't think it's exactly in the right spot, or let's say it's off a block or something. I can click and hold on this little indicator, and I can move that wherever I want on the map and put it in the correct spot. So I'm going to say, okay, my house is right there. Drop it. Okay, it'll update the information. As soon as I like that, then I go up to the upper right hand corner up here, click on this X, black X. It'll ask me if I want to keep that as my new location. You click yes. Okay, and so I'm now done with my home. My home is now entered in the system as a place that I want to track within the county and want to receive notifications about if my neighborhood's got something going on that I need to know about. Now I can continue this process as many times as I want. I can list my work there, I can list my business, I could list my kids' schools, I could list another family member's home who lives across town or somewhere else in the county. I can list as many locations as I want that I want to have notifications about. And to do that, I would click right here, Save and Add Another. Or if I'm done, if I only want to list the one, I click Save and Continue. Another great feature of this program is you don't necessarily have to have property in Kane County. Let's say you live here and you're elderly, and all of your children live other places in the United States. They could go on here, create their own account, just like we're doing right now. But what they would do is in places that they care about, they would list your home on that, and then anytime we send out a notification that includes your home in it, your kids who live outside of the area would be notified that something's going on and you might need help. So have them do that as well. Anybody who lives outside of the area, they just need to be sure and list addresses that reside within Kane County as locations they care about. Okay, the last section is the contact information. Okay, you want to fill out as many of these boxes as you can, because the more information we have, the quicker and easier it is to contact you. So you want to go in, you want to put in your where it says text message, put in your cell phone number. Okay, it gives you a place to put a personal email or a work email, whichever you may have. If you've got both, put both. You again list your cell phone number. Okay, put in your home phone if you still have a home phone. You can enter a work phone. Word of caution on work phone. Make sure that if you put a work phone in, that work phone sits on your desk and you're the only one who answers it. If it has to go through a receptionist or a secretary and they pick up the phone, the system may think that you've been contacted and it may not continue to try and contact you. So make sure that if somebody else answers your work phone, you don't put a work phone down. If you've got another phone or another email you want to list, there's places there to do that as well. Once you're done, got all your information in, click Save and Continue. Okay, it takes you back. You can, over here on the left, you can now review all of your information that you have entered. If you like what everything says, just click on Save. It will tell you that you have saved. You now have an account in Everbridge, and you're in there. And we can call you and send you notifications. Now, this is your account. So always remember your login, username, and your password, because you can always go back into the system and update it. If you change phone numbers, if you get a new email address, if you want to add more locations that you care about, you can always go back in and you can always update it. So remember your login information so you can do that. One other word of caution: when you're entering locations you care about, most places in the county, and especially in the cities, is finding the addresses fairly closely. If you live on Cedar Mountain or in some of the outlying areas of the county, make sure you always check on that Find Location on Map feature and go in and check and make sure it's putting you in the right place, because not every area in the county is coming up correctly right now. We're still working on that, but make sure you drag that and drop it on your piece of property so that we've got you in the system correctly. This system, again, is only as good as the information we have in it. We need to get people signed up for it. Please sign up. Get your neighbors to sign up. Get your kids to sign up. Have everybody in your household who has a phone sign up with their own account. Don't just do one account per household. Make sure your kids have got their information in there, because it seems like whenever there's an emergency, everybody's spread out, and this way everybody will be notified at the same time that something's going on. So register everybody you can think of. Have your children who live outside the area register as well, and get them signed up so that they can track you and make sure that you might need help some point. Thank you for listening. Please go in and sign up. Hope this has been helpful. Thank you.